What's up, everybody? This is the Jersey Devils Brocast, brought to you by Radio Garden State. I'm Papa Reese Van Riper. I'm here with my brother Jim. Let's talk some puck, Jim.
Let's do it.
I am in an ambulance, as you can hear. I'm being brought to the hospital here in New Jersey, where all the New Jersey Devil starters are currently. We're in the hospital, and the good news is the hospital team got a lot better. No more kids in wheelchairs, with the pucks and the sticks, Teddy is out of goal. We got Jack Hughes on the team right now in this hospital team. Bad news is that we're $33.7 million in the hole with all our injuries. That's how much money we got.
Man, oh man. Doesn't stop with this team, huh? The injuries?
It really seems like it just gets worse and worse. The better the season starts off, the quicker the injuries, I guess.
Yeah, jeez. The Hughes thing, I almost thought it was a joke when I saw it. I'm like,
Me too.
No way. And then, information starts trickling out. Then you see some actually credible sources discussing what quote-unquote happened.
Yep.
Which I don't have any insider information, but there's a part of me that reads this story of he leaned on a glass and it broke and cut his pinky so badly they initially thought he'd miss the rest of the season.
Right.
According to Elliot Friedman today. And then after the surgery, it was 8 weeks. From leaning on a glass.
How do you lean on a glass? What kind of glass
I don't
is
think
this?
so.
Why do you lean on a glass?
I can understand. I'm not a medical professional. We'll cover our ass here. I'm not a medical professional. I have no insider information. This is all purely speculative. But I can't imagine you can lean on a glass that hard, cut your finger that bad. I can see stitches, going to miss a week or two.
Right.
Maybe just has to suck it up and just play through it, and he'll be fine.
They're going to cut it
where
off?
He basically is like cutting a muscle and tendon, and this is what the hell happened?
How did you do that, Jack? We need to put this boy in a bubble. I mean, I love Jack, but he's not allowed to do anything. He's allowed to play hockey.
Yeah, I don't...
Wear gloves now. Now he has to wear those David Duchovny gloves in Zoolander, where he's like the hand model. He's got like the glass encased. He needs to wear those. He's not allowed. I would never let him play the Olympics. No way.
No,
sorry,
you know
kid.
what? And that's like
4 more years of
such
growing up. You learn how to chew your food and eat it, and you can play.
Or just he's so injury prone. Like, do you want to risk it as an as an organization? You're like, you'd love this guy to put on a show in the Olympics because of what that would do for the team, period, and marketing and everything. And I'm sure whatever money could be made from that. And obviously, as an American, it's great for American hockey to see one of our guys on our team representing our country like that. It is awesome. But, we need this guy for a playoff run here. Is it even worth risking it? And, it just seems like... And this injury, again, we don't really know what happened. This glass story kind of sounds a little, kind of fugazi here. I don't know if we really know what happened for 20 years when our podcast is ruling the world of hockey podcasts. And we asked Jack Hughes after he's retired, the night his number is retired at the Prudential Center. So what really happened in Chicago with your finger?
Tell us, Jackie, what happened?
What really happened?
Yeah. He's going to say, well, I was cutting my steak, and Frank the Tank was trying to get past me in the wall, and he kind of bumped up against me. I cut my pinky with the knife. Frank starts freaking out, chewing his glasses, and, the hospital's called. We had to leave.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Frank the Tank was there, and he's talked about how his family is cursed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Frank, unfortunately, dude, maybe you shouldn't go to these dinners anymore, man.
Stay away from the team, Frank.
There's an aura.
No.
Yeah, there's an aura there that's just, I don't know. It's crazy. I couldn't even, took me like a day to even figure out how to explain my thoughts on this because I just don't, it's just so ridiculous.
You know what else is ridiculous? Know what else is ridiculous? There might be something to this curse thing because, turns out the Prudential Center's built on top of a cemetery.
Yeah, like an old church cemetery.
Yeah, an old Presbyterian or some kind of church, and apparently it was paved over to make a parking lot. And the guy said that he took away all the bodies, because that's so easy. So they let them do that in the 50s, and then, while they're digging for Prudential Center, they find over 1,000 bodies still there, and there's 2 iron caskets.
Whoa.
I did some research on it.
I know. Wow.
Yeah, 2 iron caskets. One was a woman, and then the other was a man who they thought had like cholera or something, so they try to contain it. So maybe those spirits, that bad luck energies coming to the Devils. But with a name like the Devils, that should be negated, There's nothing more powerful than the Devil in New Jersey.
Yeah, we've already sold our soul. So,
right.
What are they looking for from us here?
What do they
Leave
want?
us alone. Go
Leave
across
us alone,
the river.
Ghosts.
Leave us alone.
Get out of here, Ghosts. But actually, since that injury, we won the game.
I know. We've won 2 games. Yeah, they won the game against the Capitals. Right. Hard-fought game. A great game against Chicago, which is such a shame. That was such a fun game to watch, specifically seeing Jack Hughes and Bedard going back and forth. And
so good.
It was all outstanding. And after the game, I'm like, man, that would be... that could be a Stanley Cup matchup in the next few years with the trajectory Chicago's on right now. They're going through a rebuild with these young guys, and now the Devils are, kind of here and now. And
let's not get crazy.
We talked about the
Canadiens
game. That'd be a fun playoff matchup. I'm like, man, down the road, Jack Hughes v. Bedard in the playoffs, that would be something else, right?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and
maybe he was on another team, Bedard, but I don't think Chicago's going anywhere.
No, I don't. No, they're young up and coming team. They're being competitive this year. That Spencer Knight. They're rebuilding. They're going to get there.
They're rebuilding. They'll do something in 50 years. There. But yeah, it's terrible. But who did great? Yeah. Your boy.
I know Simone Nemec.
That's right.
My man, my son.
My God, hat trick.
I've been defending this kid for a long time now.
You have been.
You really have been. Starting to pay off.
You have.
Starting to pay off.
He's looking great out there.
People doubting him.
That pass from Markstrom, oh my God.
I thought it was Marty Brodeur.
I know, right? Looked like they have to make a new rule for goalies.
I know. Though Markstrom does have to kind of stay in the net here. He's been kind of
dancing around
wandering a little bit. Yeah, but that was a hell of a pass. It was a great play. And Nemec has 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points in 18 games, which is outstanding. Fantastic. And also his defensive game has been great. He seems like some of these young guys, I think Gritsjuk might kind of be like this eventually here too. You can't hide them in the lineup. They got to get the minutes. That's how they play better. When they're out there playing 23, 24 minutes a night for defensemen and forward playing top line, 17, 18, that's when they really get in the rhythm of the game and play well. Like they just don't do well on a third pairing, and maybe we're seeing that with Nemec.
Maybe.
Coming into his own here.
I'd like to see it. Yeah. I mean, he's doing fantastic. There's nothing that says that he's not. I mean, gives him a lot more time to play, I feel like, too, because we have Kovacevic is out.
Yeah. Right?
How many
still
months?
Out.
3?
Kovacevic will be back in the late winter, maybe early spring.
Yeah.
And then you have Brett Pesce's been out. He's due back soon. Yeah. But I think the interesting thing is, and we've heard the Dougie Hamilton trade rumors now, but if Nemec is coming into his own and essentially taking that spot, does that make Hamilton now an expendable piece to clear cap space to do some other things here?
Right, and that's what we're going to be seeing. Hopefully, but that's what we might be seeing if we want to someday acquire all 3 Hughes boys with Quinn, Jack, and Luke. Yeah.
Or even right now, I mean, fill Jack's spot in the lineup. Go out and get a top 6 forward, which they could use anyway. Right. I mean, so maybe that solves a bit of a problem there. And
that's something we were talking about, and we're going to be talking about that more in our second intermission with all the injuries. We're going to break it down. We have a couple stats here. We got a couple information about these injuries that you're going to hear exclusively from us here at Jersey Devils Brocast, because we're also going to be going down on the concourse, it seems, for a couple games.
Oh, yeah.
We got to figure it out.
We'll be there, though.
We'll be there, though. Whether you like it or not, we're going to be there. Yeah. And you'll hear those releases, those date releases on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Why not? So, yeah. Jersey Devils Brocast. I'm here with my brother, Jay Bake. So, Jay Bake, what do we got up?
Well, you know what? Pretty cool, pretty interesting new lineup here with all these injuries. I don't know if you saw that today. Yeah, leading into the game against Tampa. Let's see here. I just had that up from Amanda Stein. And
Amanda
now
Stein.
it disappeared.
I think we got Gritzuk on the first line I saw.
Yeah, Gritzuk went to the first line. What's interesting, too, is Ethan Edwards called up.
Right.
Ethan Edwards is called up. He has some history with Luke Hughes from their college days. They have him paired with Luke on the second pairing. Siegenthaler or Nemec, first pairing. Chalowski and Hamilton on the third pairing. And then the offensive group, Brown's back in the lineup.
Brown.
So that's good.
Glad to see Brown back.
Making a trip, so we might see him. I think the only real line that looks meh is the third line with what's it, Lamico on the third. I've heard it pronounced both ways. On the third line is a third line center. That's kind of not great. And if you have Jack in the lineup, obviously that pushes a Mercer maybe to that spot. But
Cody, but we're losing centers left and right.
Yeah, Glass. I mean, he's made like Glass, I guess. And see what I did there?
I see what you did there. He's got to hit the weight room.
Yeah, I mean, and that's he's been injured. This will be his third time on an injury stint since the Devils acquired him at the deadline last year. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's true.
That's
been we're going to be talking about some injury-prone players in the NHL in the second intermission. But yeah, Glass maybe made like Glass. I was even talking about Kovacevic. I mean, he's been having some injury problems last year, near the end of last year, and
playoffs. That was when. I mean, that was like, I don't know, we kind of brought it up a little bit in the offseason of like, well, the injuries can't be as bad as this year. Like we've never seen that
guess
before.
What?
Even
Surprise.
If it's bad, not going to be like this, but here we are.
Here we are. Surprise.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
When this team is healthy, sky's the limit.
Right.
But they're not healthy, and they've never been healthy, and that's the issue. And
maybe we need a better medical staff. I don't know.
How do you, or Jack Hughes doesn't screw up his finger at a restaurant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hear.
Keep your hands inside the vehicle, son.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying that, and like, I think with some of them, maybe, but then it's like these freak,
they really accidents. Are sometimes freak accidents.
Yeah,
right?
And like, I don't know. What are you going to do? Like, Dadonov getting slashed in the hand first game of the season. Like,
we can't get Jack back before 8 weeks, though. That's insane to me.
Evaluated in week 6. So
evaluated week 6. Have this boy come back in 4 weeks.
Conditioning.
It must have been a really bad tear.
Yeah, that's why leaning on a glass sounds a little.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was attacked by someone.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm not sure. Maybe Frank, but I don't know if Frank has it in him. He's.
I don't know.
And
it was just, my dad always says they're probably just playing grab ass, and then something bad happened.
Yeah. You're going to poke your eye out, kid.
Yeah. Just playing grab ass, and this happened, and Fitzgerald and Keefe must have been like, you idiots. Are you
idiots. Yeah, Keefe must not be happy right now.
No, but they said in the press conference, they talked to everybody there. They did a full investigation. They're satisfied with the results, and I guess it was he leaned on glass. We'll find out in 20 years. 20
years when we retire his number. Yeah. Well, speaking of grab ass, we're going to play you some of the best music in New Jersey that, you might want to grab a little ass to. All right, this is Reese Van Riper. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Jersey Devils Brocast, brought to you by Radio Garden State. I'm Papa Reese. I'm here with my brother Jay Bake, and we're going to be talking about why we're spending so much time in the hospital this episode. Well, it seems that the worst injury situations in the NHL right now, there's a couple teams. Devils are definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. Jack Hughes, it says here. Jack Hughes, 8 weeks. Hamilton, week to week, but we can see now he's back in the lineup. Pesce, week to week. Kovacevic, 3 to 4 months. Glass, week to week. Hopefully he comes back. We need a centerman. And Brown, week to week, he's actually back too. But we always got McEwen. What was his name?
McEwen.
There you go. See, I'm from Madagascar. I say things differently. McEwen and Dadonov, day to day. So
Dadonov might be back soon too. He's been the spare forward in practice, so he might be back in the lineup. And
I mean, I pray to God. Some other teams, the Habs are injured. Panthers, of course. The Bolts, the Lightning. They're Canucks as well. I don't see Quinn Hughes on there.
Oh, he's been back last 2 games. He's had 7 assists in 2 games. So
I mean, those are numbers that we could use.
Yeah. Can't
Penguins, who have been not doing too awful, or riddled with riddled with injuries, and so are the Leafs. So, we were talking about a lot of trade stuff earlier in the season. We were even talking about Blake Coleman. That's been the rumor swimming around. But now with these injuries for the Devils, is this a time to get a player like Blake Coleman? Or is that kind of trade off the table and you're now looking for a top 6?
Yeah, I think it's all about the price.
Right.
And I know I see these fans. One in particular, we had a bit of a back and forth on Facebook.
Okay.
About, Fitzgerald's just sitting on his hands and he's not doing anything and he's not. But this early in the season, like realistically, how many teams are going to sell a quality player right now?
None. I don't feel
None,
like
right? And you look at the parity in the league, it's pretty much only 3 teams right now really look like this is not going to be their year. And everybody else is in a playoff race. So much like last year, the prices for these guys must also be astronomical.
They keep getting higher and higher every year.
Coleman, Kyrou, and O'Reilly. And like last year, we saw that Brock Nelson trade, and Nelson's not great for Colorado right now. He's okay, but he's not worth what they gave up. They gave up a great prospect, a first-round pick, all these great young players, and like. I mean, it depends on the price, but I just think, unfortunately, there aren't enough bad teams that are looking to sell. And right now, it's pretty much like Coleman, Kyrou, and O'Reilly. Stamkos' name has been out there as a guy that could use to change his scenery. But between the cap hits and then how much you'd have to trade to get these guys right now, you have to really ask yourself, is it worth it? Or do we kind of ride this out for a bit to the deadline and really look once we get to the trade season? Because it seems like the deadline also, it's not so much the day of anymore. It's like the few weeks leading up to it.
Leading up to it.
Going on. So, yeah.
Totally leading up to it.
Yeah, like last year, definitely. And I think you're going to see more of that this year. I just don't know. Like, Blake Coleman's a hell of a player. I'd love to have Coleman on the team. I'd love to have O'Reilly. I think he'd be great because he could play center and wing.
We're talking about O'Reilly, too, yeah.
And, like, could he be a guy that you can put up with Bratt and Jack? And now you have a guy that can win faceoffs. And now they could start taking more important faceoffs and have him on the ice a little bit more and give him more minutes. Because right now Jack doesn't win faceoffs,
especially right now with what we're losing.
Yeah,
or even then he comes in and he's
your third line center now. Does that push Glass maybe out? You upgrade that a little bit. And Coleman could play all 3 forward positions, and Kyrou's a hell of a player, and he's a scorer.
But seems like O'Reilly's pretty high up in his team now.
Yeah, but Nashville's been terrible.
Yeah.
And he comes to the Devils and he'll be their 3rd best center right now, but he has a lot of playoff. He's won a Conn Smythe. With St. Louis, he's won a cup. Coleman's had a few cups. I mean, those are probably the guys I want because of the experience to push the guys we have now.
Right.
But Kyrou, man, I met him on a line with Hughes and Bratt down the stretch would be ridiculous. Yeah. But there's now cap hit concerns and Devils. There'd be a lot of moving parts for that, obviously, between...
I wonder if Allen keeps in contact with them. Didn't they win a cup together?
O'Reilly, they won a cup together. You'd think, O'Reilly, from what I understood, we talked about in the offseason, the price tag for him last year was Simone Nemec and a first-round pick.
Right.
Which, man, I mean, geez, that's a price tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're going to trade Hamilton, you now need Nemec.
Right.
Especially the way he's been playing. That's not. I don't know how that helps or really hurts you.
Yeah.
It helps one area and hurts another. So I don't know. And the Devils, when they're healthy, I think too. Like you have to. It's always great to get like the big names.
Right.
But is that what they need, or do they need playoff experience guys that can lengthen your lineup? And
before Kovalchuk, we were never really like a huge name team. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, even Parisi flew under the radar for a long time in the NHL. Scott Stevens, of course, great defenseman, but still,
or those elite offensive guys.
Those elite offensive guys always, our boys always flew under the radar. John Madden,
Yeah.
flew under the radar
Yeah.
forever. Even Langenbrunner.
Mm-hmm.
Great players, great
Yeah.
ice cold dudes. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's kind of like what you need sometimes to have a championship winning team. No egos in the locker room.
Yeah.
Everybody just puts their nose to the grindstone and everybody does their part and they get the
Mm-hmm.
job done and they win cups. And that's how we've won cups, really.
Yeah. For sure.
So, I mean, it would be really cool to have O'Reilly. What does that say? But like now, this is another thing. Like with where we're at injury wise and how long we have these guys on the injured reserve and stuff. Are we gonna have a realistic run? You
I
know,
I
does
mean,
does it all now start to the wheels start to fall off because we're hurt?
yeah. I mean, I
You
think if
know,
you're healthy in the spring, they absolutely can make a run.
right?
But that's
But they have to get through the winter.
yeah, which has been.
Yeah.
And last year, it was like in late February, like after Four Nations, like the wheels
Yep.
just fell right off and all the injuries. No, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, you almost have to plan for being healthy.
Right.
Like, but I mean,
But
thank God
prepare.
Jack Hughes will be back reportedly in 8 weeks. Like, if he's done for the season, now you're in a bit of now you need a
Yeah.
big name if you
Yeah.
want to
Now
compete.
you
So now
need
you have to
something.
make the swing. When this team is healthy, though, I think O'Reilly and Coleman from just the playoff experience. That's what I want.
Right.
Like if we're gonna go and
Coleman.
play Carolina right now, both teams are healthy. Who do you want out of those three on your side
Right.
to go beat Carolina? Like I think I
I
love
need them
Cairo, and
both.
I think he'd certainly help. But I like our top guys. I want the guys like O'Reilly. Like this is how you
Yeah,
beat
O'Reilly,
Carolina in the
Coleman.
playoffs.
O'Reilly
We've done this
because he's a
before.
centerman. Coleman is what?
Yeah, he
Right?
can play all three, but he's been
Okay.
mainly on the wing.
Okay.
But I want those guys and Lamoriello did that back in the day, bringing in Claude Lemieux in the early 90s, guy that
Yeah.
won a cup in Montreal, bringing in these guys from Montreal, period, that have all that cup experience
Hey.
to kind of
Yeah.
get a team through that hadn't really been there before. And that's like, it's a big deal.
That's
And
what we need. We need
and
that kind of
that's,
mentality.
yeah. And the other thing is, if they need to make a trade work, a guy like Palat might have to go. And there's some serious playoff experience that now you have
Yeah.
to replace. So that's.
Palat. Now, how has he been performing? What are his stats?
I mean, he's very good defensively, and he's been a nice like third line guy. But he's getting paid a
Right.
lot of money. He's not getting paid to be a third line guy, and he's
That's
getting
the
paid
thing.
to be the veteran winger with Hughes and Brad, and he just hasn't put up the points. And I really love Palat. If he was making half the salary, I really wouldn't want to move him because it sounds like his teammates love the guy.
Yeah.
Like with the stuff with Gritshook getting toys for his daughter and all that stuff, it's not like I'd be like, oh, just move him. But if it's now becomes a numbers game and a cap issue, and like you're gonna have to replace a guy like that in the locker room. You can't just move him and now not bring in some experience or guys that can help lead the ship here. So
I mean,
yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. We got a lot of decisions to make here. A
yeah.
lot of decisions and,
And like
decisions.
if they moved Palat, I'd say you got to bring in a guy like O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Bring in a guy with a cup and a Conn Smythe because we need now we really need a guy that's been on a run and has been there. So
I know. I just wish
yeah.
we have more of like an idea of this injury to Jack Hughes. I know like they told us this and that's all we're really going to hear, but we need the truth. We need the truth, and
Yeah, I mean
if that is the truth, truth sometimes stranger than fiction.
I think the timeline is the truth. I just think the story is maybe not
Yeah.
entirely the truth. Maybe it's not
Yeah.
fully a lie either. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like, well, they're not lying, but there's some
Maybe like
elements of
someone
the story
pushed
we're
him
leaving
to like
out.
joshing around and he lost
Yeah.
his balance and then he went to go grab the
Yeah.
table to lose his balance and then the wine glass bang boom hits a blade on
Mm-hmm.
the plate. I'm seeing it right now. Kind of like House. I'm
Mm-hmm.
mentaling it, picturing it all together, kind of like Sherlock and House. That's me right now.
You're like House. You figure out these crazy situations for injuries, and
I'm
while the
addicted
rest
to
of
pain
us are
pills.
stumped.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just kidding. Don't call my sponsor. Yeah. You're just like House. You go
Just
with,
like
with
House in every single way.
Yeah, I got a limp now. I walk with a limp. I fell
Well, you'll be
too many
limping on the
times.
concourse at Prudential Center during the winter when we do the show. You know, you
Yeah.
have to have a cane. You know,
I'm gonna be having a cane now. It's all gotta be fluid. You know, it's all gotta work. But speaking of work, November 29th, Reese Van Riper's playing the Prudential Center. 2 intermissions. You can't buy tickets anymore, but you can buy tickets for the game, not our party. But you can watch us. You can watch us, and you can be jealous that we're going to be on the ice at the end of the game. And you know what? I am totally pissed off that Jack Hughes isn't going to be playing that game. I really wanted to see Jack. You know, we love Jack. I mean, the guy's just magical. The fact that he's not playing right now is like a disservice to the fans because, you know, like we love what he's a player you always want to see playing.
yeah,
You know? And when he's not playing, I even feel our rivals don't like it because they feel like it's an easy one. Well, guess what? It's not going to be easy, baby.
no. Still got Nico. Still got Pratt. Still got Timo. Nemec and Luke Hughes are forming a very good young duo on the back end.
I'm loving that.
Jack, it's like watching that game against the Capitals. I was like, man, we really miss that guy that can come out there and just create a goal out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. It's like depressing, like you said, when he's out because he's so much fun to watch.
So much
You
fun
just
to
miss
watch.
watching him do his thing. It's so much fun to watch. So hopefully, you know, I know we've been making fun of the situation and everything a little bit, but, you know, we do.
I know. We really do hope you
We
get
want you
better.
back, Jack. We miss you,
We
man.
love
Come
you,
on.
Jack.
Now I'm going to cry.
Fantastic.
All right.
I'm gonna cry too. You know, let's take a cry break.
Yeah, we need a cry break here.
You're listening to Jersey Devils Brocast on Radio Garden State. This is Reese Van Riper. We're gonna cry to this one. What's up, everybody? We're back from the hospital. This is Jersey Devils Brocast. I'm Papa Reese, and I'm here with Jay Bake. And we are entering our 3rd intermission, which means ice cold dudes. This is everyone's favorite time of the show when we try to stump Jay Bake. Oh yeah, our savant on Devils history.
What's my record? I'm 2-1-1.
I think so, something like that.
1-1.
2-1-1 or 3-1.
The loss was bad.
Yeah, it was a really hard one.
Yeah.
Speaking of really hard, this guy's a real hard ice cold dude. I tell you that much.
Right.
Got to go
Rock
down
hard,
as a
ice cold
legend.
dude.
Yeah. All right. Here are the teams. Ready?
All right, man.
New Jersey Devils,
Okay.
Anaheim Mighty Ducks,
Okay.
Edmonton Oilers.
Peter Sikora.
Oh no!
Really? Okay. Keep going. All right.
That's it right now.
Okay.
But that is very true too. Yeah. But think about the game.
Oh, Henrique. Oh, it's
there you
Henrique.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
There you go. He just went through his brain.
Oh,
He's
all
like,
right.
who else? Congratulations,
I was trying to
JB.
get you early. Yeah, because Sikora went from
Yeah.
Devils, Ducks, Oilers, Rangers, Penguins, Wild, Devils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Henrique.
thought I was trying to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Adam Henrique. What
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah.
Now,
Traded for Sammy Vatanen.
yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah. I mean, Vatanen was okay that first year, but I mean, definitely Anaheim won that trade. And, believe it or not, it's weird to think Henrique did play with Heischer for a brief time, like 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, that was that season, his first year, the
Wow.
18 season.
Let me
They
go check
traded
it out.
for Vatanen and traded Henrique.
Yes, 18. Yeah, 17, 18. Wow.
That's why it's weird. You do see some pictures of Henrique in the new Devils, like Adidas jersey, and it's like, what? And he played a few games.
Holy guacamole.
Yeah, they were pretty deep down the middle with Heischer, Henrique, Zajac. You know, that was a good team. And
I love it deep down the middle. I love when a good team's deep down the middle.
Yeah.
And Henrique, man, he's one of those guys that we're talking about where when we make a Hall of Fame for the Devils when you come to Prudential Center, he would absolutely be in it.
Oh, yeah. For just
Absolutely.
That 2012 run and that goal against the Rangers, goal against Florida.
One of the most iconic
unbelievable.
Devils goals of all time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's crazy to say because Arnott's clinched the cup, but I mean, Henrique's goal for many is their opinion the most important in Devils history because of what it did to
Right?
the Rangers.
Yeah.
And that's
Made the Rangers look like a fool.
Yep. And then the Rangers got one more chance a few years later and blew it.
Blew it.
And they're continuing to blow it now.
They're
But
unwatchable.
I know it's great.
A lot of their fans are saying it's unwatchable. I hate it. I'm like, well, Devils are always there.
Did you see the game against the Red Wings? The end of the game.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I'm sorry, but like, what a. I mean, a guy.
What is the deal?
On the Red Wings, he's Panarin's on his back. End of the game, open net, crosses the blue line. 3 seconds on the clock, he throws it towards the net.
Yeah,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
nothing's wrong with that. It's an open net
and
goal.
I get the Nets, horn blows, and you keep going in, and you're going to be a total, asshole about it, and slap shot in the net, and
time's still on the clock, baby. They're not blown out.
Time's still on the clock. The game's still going, and Quick comes off the bench like a child.
Right.
And I don't.
Starts losing his mind. I'm like, are you serious?
I think that's more frustration of that Quick played a great game, and they still lost. And that's the Rangers have had good goaltending. If they didn't, they would be with Nashville.
Well, guess what?
And those teams.
Guess what, Jonathan? Guess what? Your team fucking sucks. Jesus Christ could not save those goals for you. Okay.
No.
Your team is awful. You're a New York Rangers goaltender. You will never get any cups, no glory. But guess what? Like Henrique, they'll be like, he's a great goalie. Guess what? No cups, no nothing. Get out of here, quick.
Nope. Just a long line of guys that never won a cup, just like Shesterkin and all them will be. Or if Shesterkin wins one, it'll be elsewhere. Because the Rangers, they're not in a good spot. And there was another list. That list of those free agents, it's thinner and thinner. Adrian Kempe just signed with L.A. Marty just signed with Colorado. There's nobody left. So this whole rebuild through free agency next year, if that was part of their plan, it's not anymore. You don't have anybody left.
No. But their GM's a genius.
Yeah, I hope he stays there forever.
Stay there forever, baby. We love you.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Devils are doing so good. They came out near the top. I think they should be the top number one team. And I'm not just saying that as a fan, but because Colorado sucks compared to us when we're healthy. When we're healthy. But yeah, it's Super 16, NHL.com. Devils rank number 2 in the league behind the Colorado Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
So we beat them, and they beat us, I guess. But
yeah, so I guess it's fair enough.
I guess it's fair if they're splitting number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they won more overtime goals, more overtime shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe too. It's losing Hughes knocks you down, but I think the thing is the Devils have at least built a little bit of a buffer here.
Right.
If they come back down to earth after Jack is out of the lineup and can play 500 hockey to keep their head above water. But I mean, the Devils have been, one of the best teams in the league this year. Period. And we've seen now what this team can do, especially when their top guys are healthy. The Devils are one of the best teams in hockey. Just flat out. It's a matter of if they're healthy and can you get to that next level of competing for a Stanley Cup. I mean, I'd love to see them. Can they hold the line here and win a division at least? Let's get some more banners up in the rafters here. If you don't win a cup, can we start get back to those days of if we're not winning a cup, we're still doing something. We're still putting division championships up like we used to do all the time.
Make some T-shirts.
It's been a long time since we've seen a banner up there. 2012 now. It'd be nice to see. Metro Division champions at least, and maybe
which is crazy to think. That's crazy to think, right?
Been a long. Well, they haven't won a division. I want to say 2009, maybe 2000. Yeah, I think 2009.
They've been screwing up those divisions ever since, though. They keep making them bigger, harder to win. Yeah. I mean, give me a break. What are they? 2 divisions,
Metro and the Atlantic, and the Devils were in the Atlantic Division forever. The old Atlantic Division,
right?
That was what Devils, Penguins, Flyers, Rangers, Islanders.
It's all. A bunch of hooey.
Yeah. Northeast Division, the Atlantic, and then the Southeast Division, which, if you remember back in the day, the Southeast always sucked.
Right. Wasn't it Prince of Wales or something division?
Oh, that's the Prince of Wales trophy is for the Eastern Conference champion.
Right.
It used to be the Wales Conference.
Oh, wow.
All that stuff. I think it was like the Wales Conference, Wales Division.
Like Welsh or
Patrick
Wales?
Division, because the Devils were the Patrick Division champions.
Right, Patrick. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny stuff. A lot of Devil's history going on here on this radio show. You should tune in every Tuesday at 9:00.
We should just set up the Hall of Fame there.
We should just do it ourselves in the parking lot. Start building it.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Why not? Who's gonna
dress some people up like Devil's heroes? They're not really them, but we can just put them in the gear, put a mask on.
Yeah. We can find some Devils fans that want to do that. Right?
Oh, we can find a lot of people on the streets around there, so it'll be perfect.
Yeah. I do like it's the Always Sunny episode where they try out for the Eagles, and it's not really Donovan McNabb. It's a guy just named Donovan McNabb, or whatever shows up and do the same thing.
I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Do the
same thing.
But I'm still liking where the Devils are right now. I just would love to be healthy again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully they're getting it all out of the way now, and can we get hot at the end of the season, going to the playoffs healthy? That's really what matters. If they go into the playoffs healthy, playing well, that's means more than whatever you're going to get right now. So
100%.
Keep your head above water, play some 500 a little bit better, stay in the mix, get healthy, go on a run.
Let's do it, boys. I mean, how hard could this be? The National Hockey League, baby. Mm-hmm. The Devils are on top in my mind. Devils are on top.
Yep. But again, be nice to see some banners up there again. That's the thing that these young fans don't understand. That used to be a layup.
That was
winning the division was just not even part of the expectation. That was just a side note.
Yeah, that was just what we did. That's how we lived, bro.
It's just the way it was.
From the East.
Yep. And now it's,
now we're stuck in a hospital bed. Can't even move our legs or arms. We're all bandaged up. Can breathe through our nose in the cast. But, what do we got coming up, J-Bake?
Well, we got, obviously, the Lightning game finishing up tonight.
Yep.
We got the Panthers, their little Florida trip coming up. Ooh. Philadelphia Flyers, and then I believe the Red Wings before our next game.
Oh,
our next show. Yep. Then we got Detroit. So, again, I mean... Now, Philly is kind of like, I mean, we're talking about parity in the league. Because it's hard to even say, like, any of these games are weak because some of these teams are viewed as weaker teams this year, but they're all in the mix. Tampa, Florida, Philly. I mean, Florida's all banged up. Philly is in a weird spot trying to get some traction and start building something here. Detroit's kind of like the Devils, kind of waiting for them to really come around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Devils are going to have their hands full next 4 games, but I think, I do think even without Hughes, the Devils should be winning, 3 out of 4.
I feel so too. I mean, we just need everybody to start clicking. I mean, everybody's clicking, but now with this injury, it's like starting from scratch, you got to make sure everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows what the other person has to do too, but focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's basically it.
Yeah, man.
We're going to have a lot of news for you coming next week. We're going to tell you when we're going to be at the concourse at Prudential Center for Devils games. We're going to be live streaming. Come say hi to us. We got stickers. We got high fives. And who knows? Maybe you can come on the air. Right?
Yeah, last year what made that so much fun was all the fans hopping on the mic, talking on the air, having a good time. It was great. I can't wait. Awesome. It was such a fun night last year. Can't wait to do it again. I'm pumped.
And thank you so much to the New Jersey Devils for doing that. Thank you, New Jersey Devils. Thank you, Radio Garden State. And thank you, Mike Ham.
Yeah.
Seems like we're going to have Chris come with us on one of these gigs, though, I think, right?
If he does, he has to wear a Devils jersey.
If he doesn't wear a Devils jersey, I heard
he's turning into a rabid Devils fan. Actually, from what I heard on the street, is like
you want to be a winner.
Concerts with a Devils jersey on.
Yeah, take off the Rangers jersey, put on the Devils jersey, and become a winner.
Yeah,
maybe it'll heal Jack Hughes quicker.
Have some respect for yourself, man. Wear a Devils jersey.
God damn it!
Damn it!
Damn it! We care about you.
We care about you.
Your family cares about you. We love you. Let's go Devils. All right, that's all we got. Thanks for listening to the Jersey Devils Brocast. Anything else to say, Jim?
Just let's go Devils, and I'm pumped to be on the concourse.
Let's go Devils. I'm pumped too. Thanks so much for listening to Radio Garden State's edition of Jersey Devils Brocast. We'll see you next Tuesday at 9.